I saw that. I think I wasn't
7:30.
able to make it, but I hope I'm wrong.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Just a moment of silence, please. Please rise for the flag salute. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In accordance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Act, a public notice of this meeting has been sent to board members, all district schools, the Herald News, the Trends, the Record, the Messenger, West Milford Town Hall, the County Superintendent's Office, the Board Attorney, and Cablevision of Warwick, and posted in the Administration Building. Copies of the board meeting calendar resolution were provided to all local media, town hall, town library, and all district schools. Roll call, Mrs. Francisco.
Mr. Bailey. Mr. Seidowitz.
Here.
Mr. Drew. Mrs. Dwyer.
Here.
Mr. Garino.
Here.
Mrs. Fritz.
Here.
Mr. Huber. Mrs. O'Brien.
Here.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Here.
Mr. Drew.
Here.
Dr. Anamone, your report?
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the October meeting. Just a few updates. We finished our back-to-school nights about 2 weeks ago. We had a wonderful turnout this year. We had 8, obviously one at every school. We had 1 at Highlander Academy, so 9. I was able to attend 8 of the 9 back-to-school nights this year. We had a really good time. But I just wanted to update the board and really the entire community. There was some misunderstandings going around a few weeks ago. I was getting phone calls at the board office. Passaic County Tech canceled the back-to-school night for students in grades, I think it was 10, 11, and 12. They had a freshman-only back-to-school night. It wasn't part of their original plan, and people were calling my office to, I have a sophomore, I have a junior, how do I get in? And, we really just tried to explain that it's a separate district from West Milford. Even though the students live in our town, we don't have any ability, we have no more ability to effectuate change at that school than we would at a Don Bosco or a Bergen Catholic. So just back-to-school night that was canceled was not one of ours. We had 9 great back-to-school nights. I just wanted to clarify that for the board and obviously for the community as well. Next up, we've been contacted by the Department of Health for a random survey this year called the New Jersey Youth Tobacco Survey. This is modeled after the CDC Youth Tobacco Survey, which is national, and it's a random sampling of school districts. Then they randomly select schools within the district, either middle or high school, and they randomly select classes, probably homeroom classes within the high school. So we will have a few classes selected this year at the high school to participate in the survey. Our students will be asked to their opinions about tobacco, have they used tobacco, do their friends use tobacco, things of that nature. So all the information at the end will be reported in the aggregate. This is what middle school and high school students in New Jersey believe about tobacco. So nothing will be reportable at the school level, it'll be statewide level. So you may know one or more students who are going to be asked to take that survey this year. It's a pretty quick, I think it's about a 15 or 20 minute survey. So we'll get it done at homeroom at some point in the fall. Next up, there's a handout on the side table, and all the board members have it in your digitally as well as in front of you right now. There's been some changes since our last meeting, which was only 2 weeks ago, regarding our standardized testing for this school year. So it'll be the spring of 19. So the park, if you could look at this on the left, this is last year's testing, and on the right column is this year's testing. The park, as we know it, is going away. They're going to be calling it, it's going to be a new acronym. It's New Jersey Student Learning Assessment. So it's going to be a new test. We're not sure how new. We're not sure if they're just changing the name or if they're making more substantive changes to the exam. We don't know that yet. This is really just hot off the presses, but you can see the commissioner did reduce the amount of testing time per test. So there's fewer units in different subjects, and there's also, even if there's the same number of units, there could be less time involved as well. So this will be for the spring of 19. So how does this play out next year when we do our standardized testing survey is a question we really don't have an answer for now. I don't know how we are going to be able to compare our 2018 park to our 2019 SLA, but that's something we'll hopefully get more clarification on from the department over the coming weeks and months. And as we get that, we'll certainly report it out and share it with the community at this meeting. And second to last, extraordinary aid. Extraordinary aid, we talk about it on our budget documents. Sometimes it goes by shorthand as X-aid. It's our revenue for budget year 2017-18 was increased. So this is a number we put into our budget every year as an estimate based on previous year's allocations. So we did bring some students back from out-of-district placements this year, which means we can no longer declare that tuition on our X-aid application. We were able to, so we were lowered in one category, but we were increased in other categories such as special education aides, including their salaries and health benefits. So as a result, and as an increase in the autism program at Maple Road in Marshall Hill, as well as some IEP revisions, we led to an increased amount allocated by the state. So the difference between what was budgeted for is as a revenue now, and what was received is just under $250,000. It's $249,784. So that's extra revenue that we have towards the budget. Now, we're going to recommend, Ms. Francisco and I, that this money be allocated towards school safety and security projects. Just to recap, last March, April, when we did our preliminary budget and then final budget, we budgeted for multiple school security and safety projects for this coming school year. Then over the summer, we had a major reduction in state aid, where we sort of tapped the brakes a little bit and we said, before we figure out what projects we can do, let's make sure we have enough to pay our bills and get through the year. So we tapped the brakes a little bit in July with these safety and security projects. Now with this extra $249,000, I think we can be a little bit more aggressive in starting to look more seriously at some of these projects. Okay, so again, some of these projects we'll announce publicly. Some of them will be very obvious. Others will be more, we won't necessarily go public with them, but we'll certainly discuss them in committee with the board. So that's sort of our plan for this extra X-aid money, and I think we are going to transfer it to a new budget line.
Right. There's a resolution in the Budget and Finance agenda, and I do believe I put some information in the Budget and Finance committee notes.
So just to recap, our X-aid costs as a percentage, every year we submit an application and we get back a certain percentage. In 2011-12, we received 78% of our extraordinary aid. This year was just over 50%. So we're getting less and less of the percentage. Even though the amount this year went up, we're getting less percentage every year. That's because the state is allocating a little bit less money every year. And special education costs are rising, not just in West Milford, but across the whole state. Okay. And next up, we have our first student representative report, Ms. Murphy.
Hi,
So nice to see you.
I'm Kelsey, if you don't know me. So some of the past events that I'm just going to go over that we've had in the district recently. On October 1st, Melissa Straub, a private investigator and social justice advocate, gave a presentation to 4th through 6th grade elementary age students regarding internet safety, social media awareness, and cyberbullying. On October 4th, the high school had their second annual expo and showcase, and it seemed to be a success. I was there myself, and I saw many future Highlanders come out to explore their academic and athletic opportunities that are going to be offered. October 1st through October 5th, the high school had a week of respect. October 5th, the high school had their pep rally, and there was lots and lots of school spirit, followed by a football game at night. October 6th, the softball team held a successful car show at Bearfort. October 8th, we had a senior trip, and a lot of people seemed to enjoy it. I know there's a pretty good turnout for seniors, so October 12th, there was the Hall of Fame banquet the night before, and many of the inductees came to the high school the next day. There was a question and answer session held, and the questions were being asked by the students straight to the inductees. The inductees and their families were then given a tour of the high school by some of the peers as leaders members, and following that, they were given a tour of Macapin by the Macapin Mediator Group. They received a dinner and were recognized during the football game at halftime, and they got to sit right behind the end zone. For upcoming events, October 18th, there's going to be an art auction at 6:30 in the high school cafeteria for the Hall of Excellence. October 18th is also going to be a spirit day for the high school organized by the GSA to bring attention to school violence awareness. October 19th, some of the administrators as well as breast cancer survivors will join the high school field hockey team to bring attention towards breast cancer awareness. That's October 19th. Okay, October 27th, the high school student council will be holding their second annual Spooktacular from 4 to 8 p.m. along with Macapin hosting their haunted hallway. A portion of all the proceeds are going to go to the local volunteer first responders. And November 6th, the high school is going to be having their career day. So that's all I have for that.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Director of Education.
I'm going to highlight some of our cultural events from the fall. Many of them were just mentioned by Ms. Murphy, but we have a few slides created by each building just to give you a picture representation of some of the things we just talked about. Our eyes can adjust. This was provided by the Upper Green Lake School, highlighting some of our major events. Ms. Murphy mentioned Digital Citizenship Day earlier. That was held on October 11th. That was something that was a district-wide kickoff. I mentioned it last month, but I wanted to highlight a little bit of it as we go through the slides from the schools. Each school began those lessons that are going to be continued throughout the school year. So I just want to point it out here. Pinwheels for Peace, that is something the district has been highlighting for the last probably 8, 9 years we've been involved in that. Every child in the district creates a pinwheel, and we highlight in unison that we're celebrating the Pinwheels for Peace organization. Macapin School highlighted a number of the things that they've done. Another that was pointed out by Ms. Murphy, who saw it as a student, was the presence of Melissa Straub. That's what that picture is on the top left. That is the assembly, or one of the assemblies that we've had in all of our schools, where she comes in, she speaks to kids about the dangers and the pitfalls of the things that they do online. It's really a big theme of some of the cultural and whole student types of education that we're looking to do. Legal Protect activities happened in every school. We're going to highlight some of those as we go. And the top right picture, you can see training for what is the beginning of what we would call the high school, the PALS program. That is the Macapin Mediators, where 8th graders are trained to be leaders in the building, how to talk to kids, how to intervene from a peer level on students who might need a little support throughout their school day. The Westbrook Elementary School chose to highlight their presentation by the gentleman that we had at last meeting for the Wreaths Across America, and I know each board member has a flyer representing what we saw at our last meeting. Again, highlighting our digital citizenship and our lessons that took place. We are in the process of collecting the projects that were created that day. It's going to have a place on our website. Mrs. Oakes and the Educational Technology Committee organized a district-wide activity using something through our Google Apps for Education called Flipgrid that allowed every class to make a video and highlighting some character traits and talking about that in terms of the process of digital citizenship. Marshall Hill School highlighted their induction of their new student council officers. It was a very exciting event for all those students who were involved in it. A little democracy in action, where they They get to, you know, perform their civic responsibilities and vote for a peer and have speeches and really, you know, talk about what it means to be a student council officer. What I found was interesting that Mrs. Cash and Marshall Hill chose to highlight their first PTA meeting. They had a tremendous turnout, so she was very excited about that. They had, she was bragging that they had well over, you know, 20 to 30 participants, which is a great sign for our PTA meetings in the beginning of the school year. West Milford High School, we heard a little bit about the Highlander Showcase and our Athletic Hall of Fame. There's a few pictures on this slide from the induction of our first class for the Athletic Hall of Fame. You can see it on the stage. It was a tremendous moment while Matt Stryans introduced the group to the students. The entire high school was able to sit in an assembly and hear some interactive questions with our West Milford alumni who came back to talk about their lives and their experiences from a former student point of view, which was really, as a former student myself, and having known and played with some of those people, it was a really exciting moment for me too to see that take place, and how engaged our current students were. That was a really you know, good moment for the West Milford High School. At the top left, that is a picture from our Highlander Showcase and Expo. We had another fantastic turnout. I wanted to make sure I publicly thank our youth organizations who, in a unified way, decided to not only not have practice or meetings or whatever they had scheduled for that event, but instead of saying they canceled their meeting or their practice, this became their meeting or their practice. So they encouraged our students to be part of it. So I just want to make sure I say thank you to the you know, to the community for coming together and really highlighting that event. Having had two students of the target age in that group, you know, I know my boys had a great time, and I saw all their friends really engaged at all the tables and enjoying the night. So it was a tremendous job by our high school staff for putting that event together. Apshua School chose to highlight some of the similar initiatives that we've seen over the last few months. May the force of kindness be with you. So they capitalized on, you know, Star Wars pop culture theme to highlight their theme of the year, which was Be Kind, and had you know, many of those activities to get the school year going for students talking about themselves and highlighting what makes them special, and then how they can in turn, you know, pay it forward and be good classmates and good citizens. I'm going to go back to that one. You probably saw these signs around town. The bottom left is a collection of kindergarten students holding up the Welcome to Kindergarten from the West Milford Public School signs that we began over the last few years, that every student who is coming to our schools through kindergarten gets that sign, and if their family chooses to put it on that lawn, they can do that and make their first day a little bit special and show a little school pride. Maple Road School highlighted some of their activities from the Week of Respect. The top right, we have some of our Week of Respect activities. Bully-free bus is the shirt that one of our bus drivers was wearing. We've been able to work with our bus bus staff quite a bit over the last few years and talk about bullying and those types of things. So we've been really excited to have them be part of our school culture and part of all of those discussions as well. And this is the last slide from Paradise Knoll. The bottom right highlights what they call their pride assemblies. They highlight good character traits as a school, and they honor students and staff who emulate those good traits, and they're able to do that at a whole school level, which is great. Nice picture of staff coming together with their school theme. They always put together a great pinwheel, you know, the peace sign with the entire school's pinwheels involved. They have a fun time doing that. So I just wanted to highlight, it's you know, October 16th. Often the school year begins in a very rapid pace. and before you know it, it's October 16th, and we're talking about all the great things that we did. So I thank the principals for taking the time and sharing some of the pictures so the board and our members in the audience and at home can get a glimpse of inside of our classrooms. I also want to highlight that these slides are just a small peek compared to what you'd be able to see if you're following our principals and staff members on Twitter and on social media. We have a tremendous presence, and we have really looked over the last few years. I know Dr. Hinneman and myself are involved in using social media to highlight our schools. So if you're not following our schools, our administrators, and our teachers and staff and PTAs, you're missing out on an opportunity to get a glimpse of what's going on inside of our school buildings. All of those usernames and accounts are available online, so if you are interested, you can go to the Westbrook homepage to follow Dr. Schwartz, or you can go to the district homepage and follow our schools, or Dr. Enmore and myself. All of those links are available, and I encourage you to do so if you want to, especially as a parent, you don't get the opportunity to be part of our schools. This helps bring you in. That's my update for some of the cultural events to this point.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Novak. We have Mrs. Francisco, we have 2 minutes.
Yes, but before we get to that, I just want to note something, just clarify something for the board. In the Budget and Finance minutes that were given out, there was a typo. When I talked about the cost of the water testing compliance and water operator's license for Macapin School, it was actually $7,000, not $2,000. So I just wanted to clarify that because there is a resolution later on to have Lan start the paperwork for the hookup into Passaic Valley Water Commission. And yes, we have the October 3rd minutes available.
I need a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following Board of Education meeting minutes: October 3rd, 2018 workshop regular meeting, October 3rd, 2018 executive session.
Okay. Any discussion? Mr. Drew.
Thank you. The minutes indicated that you said that it is, in the President's address, that it's illegal to respond to emails and other recipients we might get from citizens. It isn't illegal. I don't think you said it's illegal.
I said we've been advised by legal not to respond.
But the minutes say
It says
it's
illegal.
illegal.
Oh, okay, I did not.
You know, obviously, it's better to pass it on, but
Yeah.
it certainly isn't illegal to talk to constituents. I'd rather see that corrected because it's just outright wrong. You had, the minutes reflect that you thanked me for the negotiations. They don't reflect that I thank the employees for their hard work to put that together. It's not a big deal, but it seemed to me that was important. There was no discussion, and it mentioned that Mr. Foodie had stood up and addressed the board, and the single thing I remember from his comments were related to the budget and spending, and none of that was in there. I had, at the same meeting later, discussed foregoing state funds, and that wasn't in there either. Long and the short of it is, I'm not going to approve the workshop regular meeting minutes. I wish they would be corrected, and I will be happy to approve them next time.
Mrs. Francisco, could we have them updated, and maybe we can put them on for the next meeting?
I will update the fact that, it's not, illegal to respond. It actually says, explain that board members legally cannot respond to them,
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
It didn't say it was illegal, it just
Okay.
said that they legally can't. However, most minutes are just reflecting what the business of the board actually accomplished, and not necessarily a verbatim dialogue of what went on. So if the minutes don't reflect a verbatim conversation, that's the reason why. It's
I
just to
really wouldn't
memorialize.
expect them to, because some comments are made, it seems like they ought to be accurate.
I agree about the legal. I'm with you on there. If you can update that,
Mm-hmm.
would that be something we have to re-vote on then? If we update that, if she writes it down.
You can just make a motion right now just to amend the minutes to reflect that, just to provide some clarification to the public on the legality of responding to constituents, if you'd like. So that would just need a second. Roll call vote.
So you're making the motion?
No.
Somebody's making a motion
Somebody
to
needs to
amend?
make a motion to amend.
I'll move to amend the language regarding responding to constituents.
Second.
And is that a voice vote?
Just do
Could be.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz?
Abstain. Abstain.
Mr. Drew?
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes.
So motion carries, and then we just go back to the.
Then now we're voting on the minutes themselves. Any other discussion on the minutes? If not, just a voice vote is okay with that?
Yes.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
Any abstention? You want to abstain?
All right, under my president's report, we met with the young men from Wreaths Across America at the high school as a follow-up because they had asked about a bus. And Dr. Anamone, Mrs. Francisco, and Mr. Stryans and myself met with both Matt and Evan, and we're working with them to find out how many buses they might need that day for the wreaths, and I conveyed to them that they have the full support of the board and how proud we are of those young men. Also, I did attend the expo, which was my first one, and I have to say, the energy that was in the whole entire high school was wonderful. I think it's a great night. It's a good night for parents to come out. I don't know I think we need to get it out a little better to the elementary schools so that some of those 4th and 5th and 6th graders get out, because the ones that were there really were excited about being here. So, Dr. Anamone and Mr. Novak, thank you. It was a very good night. And that ends my report. Public comment. Members of the public who have requested to speak prior to the meeting will be first with 5 minutes for each speaker for a period of 30 minutes. And then time permitting, other public comment limited to 5 minutes per speaker will be allowed until the 30-minute time period transpires. All members of the public speaking during public comment are asked to address topics listed in the agenda. All speakers are asked to give their full name, spell their last name, and provide their address. Speakers may not use the names of students during public comment. Is anybody signed up?
No.
Okay, is anybody wishing to speak? Mr. Drew?
A shocked look on your face. Do I need to go over?
Yes, you do.
I just wanted to say very briefly, congratulations to the football team. They're exciting to watch. Those guys are really doing a lot of things great. I didn't see Mr. Gorski there to take his beating, which is unfortunate, but boy, way to go. Way to go.
Would anyone else like to speak? If not,
Seeing none, I'd like to close public comments.
all those in favor?
All
Any
right.
opposed? So we need a motion.
All right, just want to make a few amendments or alterations to the agenda. Page 5, education number 11, we have a new HIB that just came in this morning. It is 2019/H4 and that is unsubstantiated.
What for?
H.
H4?
Okay, on page 7, Personnel Student Affairs, Resolution number 11. We have two names that we have some outstanding paperwork on. Michelle Mantione, you can scratch that name off. And Melissa Muthasamy, you can scratch that name off as well. We may be adding those names back on in November once we get this last bit of paperwork in. Also, personnel, page 8, Personnel Student Affairs number 17. I emailed the board this, I think, this morning or yesterday afternoon. But the correct name is not TBD, it is Brian Bobrowski. That's BOBROWSKI. The date would be effective October 29, and the salary will be $61,206 with an assistant head custodian stipend of $5,213. And one final correction. Page 4, I skip this one. Education number 5, to the field trip, and the dates are incorrect. It is high school softball field trip. The dates of the trip is March 19 to 23rd, 2019. Not March 13th to 18th. March 19th to 23rd. Thank you.
So we need a motion to adopt. I'm sorry.
I received a text message from Mr. Huber asking for us to...
I received the same text, but I don't know what to do with that. As far as,
I'm asking if we can delay those items until after
well,
executive session.
you could pull, I don't know how to separate them on the floor.
I can weigh in. So you can make a motion to postpone until after executive session, and if the majority of the board, you need a second, then a roll call. The majority says yes, then you guys can postpone it, but the majority of the board wants to move forward and rejects the motion, then we can move forward to 6. So.
Okay. I'll make the motion to move these items.
Could you just,
Wait a second, we haven't adopted the agenda, that's why I don't...
yeah, so for just the time being, Mr. Drew, can we just have the roll call for the motion to accept the agenda, and then right after you can make your motion, and then we can move forward with it.
The agenda hasn't been adopted yet.
Right.
There's a roll call vote on the floor right
Yeah.
now. We need to just do that vote.
I don't even think you've moved it
Now
in
we're
a
in
second.
discussion of the roll call vote, and during discussion, I'm making a motion to amend it to put those after executive session.
Mr. Drew, I'm not trying to do.
I don't even think you moved it
Saying
yet.
There's a
It wasn't even
motion,
moved.
seconded, we need to vote on it. I understand that you have your discussion item. And I was just saying if it's permissible.
Wasn't even moved.
I thought it was.
It could be done either way.
Regardless. I leave it up to the board then. If you just want to do the motion, deal with that now.
Let's just do the motion. Go ahead, Mr. Drew. You're the...
And Mr. Drew, could you just clarify which
yes.
items on?
I believe they were personnel items 11, 12, and 18, and budget and finance numbers 6. Maybe it was only 6.
No, it
6
wasn't.
and 3.
And what is the motion to do?
To move those items until after executive session on the agenda.
Peter, could you give me the budget and finance again?
We have number 6 and number 3.
I put them in the wrong order.
So are they're to be voted on after executive session? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay. They're not for discussion in executive session. That's where my confusion lies.
No, the motion right now is just to postpone any vote on such things. There can be no discussion on budget and finance in executive, so there could be discussion on those items.
Okay.
Personnel, you certainly can.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we have a,
You have a motion.
Oh, hold on.
Clarification.
yes.
So if we vote against this motion that Mr. Drew just made right now, all of those aforementioned items will be back into the agenda and acted on at this time.
It will remain the same, yes. So if you vote no, then we can move forward without honoring
Thank you.
Mr. Weaver's request.
Thank you.
Can't vote at all without a second.
Right.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Right. Discussion already happened. So now we're doing a roll call, right? Just roll call.
Mr. Bailey?
No.
Mr. Seidowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Drew?
Yes?
Mrs. Dwyer?
No.
Mrs. Fritz?
No.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien?
No.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
No. Okay, so now I need a motion. to
We
adopt
already
the
have a motion.
To adopt the
And a second.
agenda.
Now, any further discussion on
We
the
don't have a motion in a second.
No.
Don't need a second motion.
I move to adopt the agenda as amended and presented.
Second.
Any discussion? This is a voice vote.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Mrs. Dwyer, education.
All right, move to approve items 1 through 10 under education.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Pilot.
On resolution number 2, hopefully there's somebody who agrees with me on this. I think these calendars are preemptive. I think it is proper that for Rosh Hashanah and Passover, that we have at least half-days included into our calendar, and perhaps giving it to a religious leader to just kind of give it a once-over, and then bringing it up again in November unless this needs to be approved in haste.
So you want this motion tabled?
I move to postpone resolution 2 until the November meeting.
So you want to take it?
I would second that. I would too. Oh,
Actually,
Third.
Okay. So that would be a roll call vote.
yes, please.
So,
Is there any other
Can I just ask?
discussion, yeah?
So you're talking about education number 2,
Yes.
not number 3?
Well, I only specifically looked at number 2 and focused on that.
Okay,
He's thinking of the kids.
I know.
Just to provide some clarification, Will, and again, you can vote me anyway. There's a law in place that if a student does observe a certain religious holiday that isn't included on the calendar, that doesn't count as a legal absence. I understand that if we want to try and make it so the kid doesn't miss any school, just honor whatever religious holiday they so choose, but I don't want you to think that there's some penalty that if there was a holiday that wasn't included on the calendar, that person would be penalized.
That's understood. In my thinking, it's more along the lines of that is a day of observance and school is still being conducted. And if the accommodation is met halfway where there is a half day because the evening times are when everything is celebrated, in my understanding, please. It just seems more proper to kind of accommodate in that manner. So I'd like to amend the motion to include resolution 3 as well.
We don't observe any of those holidays. That's for 12-month employees, resolution number 3.
So there's a difference, Will, just again.
So it's not the school count,
Okay.
it's for 12-month employees.
So is there any more discussion on the calendar?
Just to provide some clarification, that law only applies to students, it doesn't apply to employees essentially. While the board administration can certainly honor any holidays that the employee wishes to take, it isn't in the law that the administration has to honor such things. You can take a personal day. I have to look at the collective bargaining agreement just to see the exact policy for this, but that's the distinction between number 2, which says any student will be penalized for observing a religious holiday, versus number 3, where it's a negotiated term between the parties. So, sorry.
Does anybody else have any questions about the calendar? Okay, so we need a vote, we need a roll call vote on the tabling number 2.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Any other questions on the motion moved before you for education? If not, Mrs. Francisco, roll call please.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Personnel, student affairs, Mrs. O'Brien.
I'd like to move items 1 through 30 under personnel student affairs.
Second.
Discussion? I do have something I just wanted to acknowledge Wayne Riker, who's retiring. He's been here for a long time, and he's a wonderful guy. I just want to wish him the best in the future and thank him for his years of service. And I also just want to acknowledge that Laura Paul left, and she's a good friend of ours, and she was a retired police officer. She meant a lot to the kids in the district and to the staff, so we wish her well too. Any other discussion? If not, Mrs. Francisco?
Was there a motion?
Yes. Debbie and Will. Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes,
That concludes personnel student.
thank you. Mr. Bailey?
I'd like to move items number 1 through 11 under budget and finance, please.
Second.
Discussion? If not, Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
No to item 7, yes to the remainder.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Abstain from 10, yes to the rest.
Mrs. Fritz. Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes.
Move item number 12 under budget and finance, please.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes.
I'd like to move item number 13 under budget and finance, please.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes.
I'd like to move item number 14 under budget and finance, please.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Nope, sorry about that. Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Abstain.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
I abstain.
I'd like to move item number 15 under budget and finance, please.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes.
I'd like to move item number 16 under budget and finance, please.
Second.
Any discussion? Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. O'Brien. Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Policy, Mr. Guarino.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to move item number 1 under policy.
Second.
Any discussion? Mrs. Francisco?
Mrs. Dwyer.
Yes.
Mr. Seidowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Drew.
Yes.
Mr. Guarino.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Ms. O'Brien.
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz.
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Committee reports. Mr. Guarino?
There was no Parks and Rec meeting since our last meeting 2 weeks ago.
Do you have an upcoming meeting or?
We do Thursday,
Oh, good.
next Thursday.
Okay. Safety, we were scheduled for a safety meeting today, and it got canceled because we're trying to get some of the
We're trying
911.
to get some feedback about the shared 911 training that we're just about complete with now, so we'll be discussing it tomorrow as administrators, and then we'll probably have a meeting, hopefully next week, if not the week after that.
Okay. Superintendent's roundtable?
We have our meeting tomorrow. Oh, no, Thursday.
Thursday.
Sorry, Thursday.
Thank you. Passaic County School Board, last night, Will Seidowitz and I attended the Passaic County School Board's meeting. It was pretty well attended, I thought it was pretty well attended for the Passaic County meeting. A few things came up last night. They were talking about the non-college bound learner and how they had put a task force together last year, and that they're starting now just to come out with some of the results of that, and it was very interesting and how they're going to try to get the vocational schools to work better with the sending districts. There seems to be some clash between the two, of course, because of the sharing of funds that's been going on, and it was very interesting, and it sounds to me like they're trying to identify. There's so many young people out there that don't fit into the college-bound box, and they're trying to make it so that we're as school districts that we're putting together the most comprehensive education for our kids as possible. They also are putting together a task force for mental health that they're going to be working on for an entire year because they feel that it's an area that is not addressed as best as it can be. So that's something that they're going to be doing. They're starting, I believe he said January he should have everybody in place, and they're going to start getting some feedback on that. The next meeting for the Passaic County School Board is going to be November 29th, which is a Thursday. I don't know if anybody can attend. I know I will not be able to because I'm not going to be here that day.
Do you know where that's going to be held?
I think it's going to be where we were last night, which is called the barn.
Yes.
It was so much easier getting there than the brownstone. It really,
Yeah.
it was much easier.
I can do it.
Oh, good, I appreciate
I
that.
think I can send it.
Good.
What's the topic?
Excuse me?
What is the topic, do we know?
No, they did not say the topic last night.
Finance maybe, did I read that?
No, finance is, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. Tomorrow, Thursday night, unfortunately, it's the art auction here. There is a workshop at Lakeland High School on finance and on advocacy too. So it's being presented by Passaic County, and I believe the speakers are from Wayne. I think that's what they were saying, they're from the Wayne School District or something, for the advocacy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the speakers were from Wayne. So if anybody's interested in that, they could go online and they could sign up for that. And, yes.
Do you have one more note? Dr. Feinsod said that there is grant money in order to secure grant writers, that maybe it's something we can look into in the nearest future. That was something that stuck out.
I did give Barbara some information that I took away from last night. New Jersey school boards, the workshop is next week. I know that, I believe Mr. Guarino's attending, Mr. Seidowitz, Mrs. O'Brien. No? No. Mrs. Dwyer, myself. Mr. Drew, I didn't know if you were attending or not.
No.
No. Okay. So I'm sure we'll be back with many informations of, things. Legislative, Mr. Huber's not here. Technology, Mrs. Fritz?
We just had one recently, so we don't have one scheduled.
Mr. Sywick, the Township and the Board of Education.
We're going to have a meeting last week, we didn't. However, I would love to hear any input on ideas we'd like to discuss with the Township. I know that in the near future, our ESCO is going to be approved for the RFP. I totally slaughtered what I was trying to say with that. But what I'm trying to get at is there's things that we can work on together, and any input on any other ideas that you have will greatly benefit the township at home, so.
If anybody has anything, they can let me know. And West Milford Education Foundation.
Nothing new to report.
Mr. Huber's coming in now. Oh, awesome.
Oh, hi.
I'm out.
Yeah. That's why I got so quiet.
You're here?
Legislative.
We're on CASA now, so.
Aside from, there haven't been any more meetings, aside from trunk or treat, where they're still taking donations for candy and things to give out at the Highlander Family Success Center. There's no other report for that.
No. Old business. Old business? Any discussion?
So the, just to update, it should be in the board members' pages, right? The letter we received from Passaic County Tech?
Yeah.
So a few months ago, and over the summer, we lost some state aid. A lot of districts in the northwest part of the state did. Lakeland, obviously, all of Sussex County, I believe. Some districts earned or received additional state aid in July. Passaic County Tech was one of them. So this board, worked with Barbara and I, we crafted a letter. Since the Passaic Tech budget had already been struck, their staff had already been hired. They had maybe $5.5 million or $3.5 million extra in state aid. We asked them to possibly refund that to taxpayers in Passaic County in the form of a tuition reduction. So they emailed us back saying no. So
This is for board members.
We should be really surprised.
In essence, I just said that we're taking your money.
Any other discussion under old business?
Do we have
Yeah,
enough?
I didn't see the thing that was tabled from last meeting, the water easement.
It's on the agenda.
Yeah, it is on the agenda.
I saw the land associates, I didn't see the easement. Okay,
Oh, the easement? No.
yeah,
No, that was removed.
okay. When you get the description, could you send it out to us?
If we get the description, I'd be happy to share it with you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Well,
For our capital projects list, perhaps the Budget and Finance Committee can start discussing costing and prioritizing the list before our budget season.
yeah, we have meetings set up beginning either before or right after Thanksgiving with all department chairs. Obviously, Buildings and Grounds will be part of that.
Thank you.
anything else? Mr. Huber?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No?
I was looking at him and calling
We're
him.
entertaining.
If you say so. Your comment, not mine.
No. Good, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to delay start and payment on Maple Road roof until it is approved as a referendum for a bond.
We need a second.
I'll second.
To discuss it.
Any discussion? Go ahead.
Since it wasn't in the minutes at the minimum, I'd like to get this in the minutes. If we did this as a referendum, instead of paying cash for it, instead of paying $1.2 million out of our budget right now, we would pay something like $180,000 in the first year. We would do it at a relatively low interest rate. I assume people are watching this. Interest rates are going up. We'll never have an opportunity to get as low an interest rate again. By not doing it as a bond, we've got to pay $1.2 million now instead of something in the neighborhood of $150,000 a year for 10 years. And we forego, and this is the really important part, over $600,000 reimbursement from the state of New Jersey. Now, had we done this originally, we would be voting on this in 2 weeks, and we would start the roof project at about the same time. I've heard we don't like the cisterns. I understand we don't want to delay it, at all, but frankly, it isn't worth giving up over $500,000 from the state of New Jersey. What was in the notes that you said, and rightfully so, maybe this should have been addressed before now. That's still not an excuse to throw away over $500,000. And frankly, if we'd done it when we first knew about it, which was at least 8 years ago, would have been done the last time you were on the board.
No.
So I think just saying that we should have done it before now is not a good excuse to waste $500,000. So I know y'all are going to vote against it. Please feel free to tell everybody why you think it's a good idea for us to waste $500,000.
Any other discussion?
Just a quick question, point of clarification, Barbara. Where is the roof right now in terms of is the proposal already been, is there an agreement?
It's been, yes, the contracts have been signed by the contractor.
So,
It's been awarded.
So I would just have to say, just as counsel for all the board, I would have to advise against any vote on this because if I understand the motion correctly, we are voting to purposely violate the contract. Is that correct, Mr. Drew? Is that purposely?
I didn't say that. I said delay, start, and payment.
But is the agreement date set, or in the agreement's been signed for or executed? We'd be violating the contract if we did that, and we'd be opening ourselves up for liability. So I can't recommend that the board do that.
I don't think, we wait for the referendum, and I thought about this fairly significantly. They might have a good argument to be made, oh gosh, you can't do that. It's done in business all the time. I don't want to start now. I can start it when the snow's gone, or I can start it whenever. I can finish the bridge whenever I get around to it, so on and so forth. By the time we went ahead and did this anyhow, it will be started, done, paid for. They certainly don't have enough time to initiate and finish a suit.
I understand that, but I just am saying, as the board of counsel, Mr. Drew, I have to advise you that to vote to purposely violate a contract opens the board.
It's not a violation.
To delay it in the agreement right now, we have a start date and certain things. This is public. They would have knowledge that we are purposely violating the agreement. So I'm just saying, I'm just advising that this vote not occur.
Have a question?
Mr. Uber?
Has council reviewed the agreement?
I have not.
Okay.
It's
Well, what I
sitting
mean
right
is
there,
recently, I don't have it in front of me.
right in front of Mrs. Van Dyke, because I received it from your office. There's a cover letter.
Was there any other discussion?
There's a cover.
When is it?
Bailey?
Before I vote, can I have a, review? Say the motion again, I want to understand what I'm about to vote on. I know how I'm voting, and I know how this works. So I just want to hear what the motion is one more time, so maybe we can put it in the record twice.
I want to rephrase it. I hope I say, you want to delay the payment of the roof.
Start and payment of the roof.
Till when?
Until a referendum.
How long do you think a referendum takes?
Well, I do know, had we done this originally, we'd be voting on it now. All right? Now, we'll have to make some effort. And the answer is, I don't know exactly how long it takes, but we've got to have bond counsel look at it, and we've got to do various kinds of things. It could take 8 months or a year. I am 100% positive that the vendor would still want to do the roof if we delay.
All I'm saying is just point of clarification. Section 512 period covered by each application for payment shall be 1 calendar month ending on the last day of the month. Again, I understand the motion, as I understand it would be in violation of this contract.
Now,
What's the
penalty
start
if we
date?
do that?
It's just November 2nd.
What's the penalty if we do that? If we violate that
We would be
section?
violating the agreement. We would be acting in bad faith. We would have entered an agreement where now we're saying that we're going to do something that we didn't agree to. It would be potential liability. We could be sued.
Of course, and by the time they got around to doing that, we'll pay for it, and it'll be done.
So your council is advising against us to vote on this, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion on it? So we are voting on this is an amendment to not,
It's a new motion, all right, brand new motion that I made
okay?
to delay the start and payment of the roof until we pass a referendum to pay for it.
Okay, so we have a second on the floor from Mr. Huber. Let's call the question. Mrs. Francisco, roll call, please.
Mr. Bailey?
No.
Mr. Seidowitz?
No.
Mr. Drew?
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer?
No.
Mrs. Fritz? Mr. Guarino?
No.
Ms. O'Brien?
No.
Mr. Huber?
In view of our loss of state aid, I'm very conflicted, but I'll say yes just because of the financial hardship that the district is in.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
I'm going to vote no, and again, we're talking that if we did this, we would be in violation of the contract. I think we would be acting in bad faith. So I am voting no. Any other discussion? Old business, there's no other old business, I need a motion.
Oh, one more, I have one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't forget the art auction Thursday night. It's to benefit the Hall of Excellence. And we have a lot of work that's going to be presented by former students. So it's really exciting. And I understand they're going to have some good hors d'oeuvres, so.
Okay.
Starts at 6:30, auctions at 7:30.
6:30.
I need a motion and a second to close old business.
I'd like to make a motion to close old business.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? New business. Any new business? If not, I need a motion.
Seeing none, I'd like to close new business.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Public comment. Members of the public who have requested to speak prior to the meeting will be first with 5 minutes for each speaker for a period of 30 minutes, and then time permitting, other public comment limited to 5 minutes per speaker will be allowed until the 30-minute period transpires. All speakers are asked to give their full name, spell their last name, and provide their address. Speakers may not use the names of students during public comment. Anyone wishing to speak? Come forward, please.
Good evening, everyone. Jim Foodie, Newark, New Jersey.
First of all, thanks for passing the minutes for the October 3rd meeting. Listening to the discussion about the roof, had we been told about this, that we had such a bad roof long ago, could have done it probably with the high school in Macapan, but that's a fight for another day, Mr. Drew. I wanted to inform the board, and most of you all know, actually all of you know because some of you used it when you were campaigning last year, that I had ethics charges filed against me by school bus driver, Joan Marie Fredericks of the Bus Drivers Association. To date, we're close to $20,000 in my legal expenses for the way I voted. The judge, as some of you are aware, had not only dismissed the charges based on the evidence provided, but also dismissed the charges because I'm no longer on the board. But his first inclination was there's no factual basis for any of the charges. So we're at $20,000 or close to it. And they're appealing that. Why? Because they probably want to use it against me again this year in this year's election. Now, I've always supported all of our staff in the proper performance of their duties when I was on the board. Always. I supported the bus drivers. I supported staff. But the fact that this is also being funded by the NJEA against me really makes me wonder what their motivations are in this. And I can only guess one thing. The charges were filed against me and according to the certification made by one board member, because they wanted me off negotiations. That's not the way we do things. It should never be the way we do things. But I just wanted to bring to all your attention that we're approaching $20,000 on what are BS trumped up charges just done to politically assassinate me. And I find it horrendous that even some of the board members used that while they were campaigning last year. Never done anything, always supported them, and that's the payback. I would also, and maybe your attorney can advise you as well, you know, some of you didn't vote on the NJEA contract last week. Some did, some didn't. You abstained because your wife's in there. Mrs. Van Dyke, you've got family members in the district that are in there, so you properly abstained. But I also want to let you guys know, when you vote on the bill list, you're voting for their health benefits. That's an ethics violation. And I think you guys should be well informed that that should be pulled out, or you guys make the mention of it that, you know, I'm not paying for the, I vote no on the health benefits. Because you just opened yourselves up to ethics charges. Now, that's something that's got teeth. With the way I voted, has teeth? No. But they're appealing it, and it's going to cost this district more money. So I just wanted you all to know that, and I want to thank Mrs. Dwyer for making that certification when this all came out. I appreciate that, Terry. And you guys got to take care of what you're voting on, because it's you health benefits or the union or family members that are in the union in another district. That's a problem too. So should be aware of what you're doing.
Any other people wishing to speak?
Seeing
No.
none, like,
A resident has asked me to speak on their behalf.
Excuse me?
A resident has asked me to speak
Okay.
on their behalf.
Get up there. We're having different things tonight.
I'm speaking on behalf of Adora Nonis, 74 Ridge Road. Dear Dr. Annemone, I am writing this letter as a concerned citizen and taxpayer of West Milford. I believe in this town and in our school system. I have lived in West Milford for 30 years. I have 5 children who attended Westbrook School, Macapin Middle School, and West Milford High School. All my children received a good education, allowing them to apply and be accepted to the colleges of their choice and graduate with bachelor degrees or higher. Recently, it has come to my attention that at least 60 West Milford students are attending PCTI, and a percentage more are enrolled in Catholic high schools or other private schools. As a parent, it makes sense to place my children in a school outside the district with a higher academic rating. This produces a sad loss of resources. I am very aware that drugs are a major problem in schools nationwide. We are not unique in this experience. Schools should not diagnose students, but can we partner with our West Milford Health Department for an awareness program? Are we, as citizens of West Milford, attempting an awareness program to educate all parents, especially those who encourage young children to take drugs for hyperactivity, about the negative effects of making this decision? We should be responsible for educating parents in the long-term effects and long-term mindset of prescription drug usage. This brings up the issues of responsibility and accountability. First, I believe the students are responsible for attending classes, learning, understanding, and attempting to master the classwork. They are also responsible for positively participating in the social aspect of school. The students are accountable to their teachers for handing in required assignments and for behaving respectfully toward their teachers and fellow students. Second, the teachers are responsible for teaching and explaining subject matter while maintaining a safe classroom environment. A teacher should recognize when students need help across the learning spectrum. The teachers are accountable to their principal to ensure that New Jersey state curriculum standards are met for their grade level. The teachers are accountable to their students to make sure everyone understands the concept being taught and that help is available. Teachers are accountable to their students to provide sufficient knowledge to move on to the next grade level confidently. Third, the principals are responsible for providing a safe, supportive learning environment for both staff and students. Principals are responsible for leading their teachers in the direction of excellence in education and the social aspects of the classroom. The principals are responsible to their students for providing excellent teachers, known for their teaching methods and concern for their students. The principals are accountable to the superintendent for running a safe, supportive school, and that provides excellence in education, which is measured by the state rating system. The superintendent is responsible for assuring all our schools provide a safe, supportive learning environment. He is responsible to ensure our schools correctly follow New Jersey state mandated curriculum. The superintendent is responsible for our school district adhering to laws governing our district. He is responsible for requiring our schools to provide excellence in education. The superintendent is accountable to the Board of Education to ensure all board policies are followed and to report any educational needs to them. He is accountable to West Milford taxpayers, citizens, and especially the students to assure the town that our schools offer safe learning environments while providing an excellent education. The buck stops at this office. I recently checked the local school ratings of West Milford, Ringwood, Kinnelon, and Jefferson, our neighboring towns using niche. The results are listed below. All schools listed a student-to-teacher ratio of 12:1. Kinnelon School District, an overall rating of A. Jefferson Township School District, an overall rating of B. Ringwood School District, overall rating of B+. West Milford Township School District, overall rating of C+. PCTI overall rating of A. Why are we accepting less than excellence from our students, teachers, and principals? Why are our neighboring school districts rated higher than ours? Are we meeting with these neighboring districts to find out what they're doing differently? I work at Passaic County Community College, and we are admitting West Milford High School students that were in a college prep program. They graduated with New Jersey State high school degrees. Many of these students need remediation in English and especially in math. How does West Milford explain the graduation of students who need remediation in English and math? In order for our college to maintain its middle states approval status, we are mandated to work in a constant state of assessment. We look at how we deliver education and services, survey our staff and students, assess and evaluate our practices, make changes towards improvement, reevaluate and reassess. This practice has made us a leader among New Jersey community colleges through slow but progressive change. Maybe West Milford needs to incorporate a practice of assessing. We could begin with surveying our high school students. After all, it is their education. Almost done. We could begin by choosing to evaluate some English classes and math classes, since this is where remediation is indicated. I have attached one of our surveys for you to view. We know? I'm going to skip right to the end.
Sorry about that.
Almost every year we are asked to vote on an increase in school taxes. My taxes have almost tripled since I moved to West Milford due to high school taxes. When do we as taxpayers get to see an increase towards higher ratings and academic excellence in our schools? Last statement. I believe in the West Milford community, and I believe that we can rise above our new reputation in low ratings. People should want their children to attend our schools because West Milford can guarantee an excellent, safe education, as proven by state testing scores. We need to bring West Milford back to a great, safe learning community with excellent academic ratings, and it must begin with you.
Any other people wishing to speak?
Seeing none, I'd like to close public comments.
Need a second? All those in favor? Opposed? We We need a motion and a second for executive session.
At 8:45 PM, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel appointments, resignations, current litigation matters, special education matters, PIBs, and enactments of attorney-client privilege. The executive session minutes will be released until such time as the privilege or confidentiality is no longer applicable.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We will be back. That's a promise.
And a threat.
I'd like to call the meeting back to order. Mrs. Francisco, if you could do a roll call, please.
Mr. Bailey? Mr. Seidowitz? Mr. Drew?
Here.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Here.
Mr. Guarino?
Here.
Mrs. Fritz?
Here.
Mr. Huber?
Here.
Mrs. O'Brien?
Here.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Here. Okay, the motion for
Okay, move
education.
to approve the finding of the superintendent in the following HIBs. 2019 E1 unsubstantiated, 2019 E2 unsubstantiated, 2019 H5 unsubstantiated, and 2019 H4 unsubstantiated.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, Mrs. Francisco, please vote.
One second. Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Miss O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mr. Huber?
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz? Mr. Seidowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Drew?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good night.
Good night.
I will. I didn't think of it. Next time, just ask me to finish the letter.
Have fun.
I didn't think